Hello Infochino lovers. Today I'm here with Damien Fernandez, the Channel Director for APAC for Extreme Networks. Damien, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Ça va?
Yeah, enchanté.
Enchanté aussi.
Very happy to have the time to speak to you today.
Yeah, well I must say guys, I've known Damien for a long period of time. And over the course of the time that I've known Damien, CompNow has actually ended up becoming Extreme's #1 partner here in Australia, which I'm very, very proud of, and I know the rest of the team is very, very proud of. Damien, what attracted you to Extreme all those years ago when we first started talking?
Yeah, well, I'm with Extreme now for more than 8 years, and it has been a journey. Extreme Networks, 8 years ago, we used to be highly specialized in the switching product. Small company, around 20 people in the UK, where I started in the UK. And as the industry evolved, as our customer need evolved, we made a lot of acquisition. And I was fairly junior after university, starting from other careers, switching to IT. What attracted me first was the small size of Extreme Network, because for any junior talent that may be looking this interview, it's very easy to be attracted by the big name, by Microsoft, by Oracle. But what I really like with Extreme is that because we were much smaller at the time, if you are good, no matter your level, you could make an impact. And because everybody was sharing this passion, sharing our culture, all together from senior to entry level, we work hard, we grew, made a lot of different acquisitions, and now we are the billion-dollar company that we are today, 8 years down the line. Yeah,
and we've certainly seen that and felt that effect. And CompNow being obviously a family-owned Australian, privately owned Australian family business, we put a lot of pride and a lot of energy into our staff, and I've noticed that over the years, Extreme has certainly done that as well, and also brought out some amazing technologies, particularly around cloud control. I've sort of lived through the birth of XIQ. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on XIQ, Damien, and how that has evolved over the last few years?
Okay, so I think it will be interesting in this interview in less than a minute. I will try to go fast, right? I don't want to bore everybody. Okay. To have a quick idea of Extreme, where we're coming from. And originally, our sweet bread and butter is switching, right? Gigahertz ports, you connect, you get policy. As the industry evolved, as we made a few acquisitions on Terrasis, Avaya, Brocade, Zebra, Aerohive, and lately Ipanema, we were on a mission to deliver from edge to core to data center, one clear experience for the user, easy to control, easy to manage, easy to secure. And to deliver that mission towards the journey, we just quickly realized that the best way to deliver bread and butter technology, like the best technology for the user, is through the cloud. Yeah, and this is how Extreme Cloud IQ got created on the back of the Aerohive acquisition, which was a cloud-driven networking company. We effectively been able to double down on their technology, include all our legacy from Avaya, Brocade, Zebra, Avaya, in the cloud. So like that, your customer, instead of having to select a switch, an operating system, and features, can instead have a future-proof universal hardware that can then become anything they want for their user case, right? The feature is now residing in the cloud. The features needed get downloaded in a switch, and the switch takes the personality that the user needs. And that is revolutionary for our industry. For a long time, the customer needed to have an operating system, buy a license in the operating system to unlock features. Now those features are like in the App Store. They're in the cloud. You get what you need for your switch, for your access point, for your SD-WAN, cloud-driven.
And what's really interesting, Damien, is that our customers are seeing the rewards from that in their ability to reduce the amount of network admins that they have in their business supporting their network environments. And the other thing I've noticed as well is that Extreme has a far superior level of support driven out of the GTAC. And I was fortunate enough a few years ago when I visited you in London and you invited me to Reading and you were kind enough to show me around the GTAC. How far has that come now in those 4 years since we were able to meet in London and have a look at the facility there?
Yes, well, the challenge of acquiring different companies, obviously, and integrating different companies is to make sure that we keep all the relevant skill sets, all the support, and all the customer experience, right? So the service and support, and our take on service and support at Extreme Network was always to have it within Extreme indoor. We never outsource our support, right? Like some of the competitor. Our support has always been in-house because the engineers that develop the product should also be the engineers that help you in case of issues, right? And thanks to you, thanks to all your certification and all your training, sometimes at CompNow you will face the very rare issue where you need the help from Extreme Network, right? Because it's something that you haven't seen before that you cannot resolve. And that's the difference with other vendors. With all those acquisitions we made, we make sure to keep the talent, have them in what we call follow the sun, which means that if the sun is up somewhere, and I'm sure the sun will be up somewhere around the world, otherwise we're in trouble, there is someone that will pick up the phone, that will help you, that will direct you to resolve the unlikely issue that you will have with Extreme Network. But of course, as a well-certified partner or top partner in 2021 in Australia, you have invested in the skills, in the engineer yourself in Australia to help most of the customers. So I understand that you only had to escalate the most difficult cases to our GTAC, and that although challenging for our engineers, they also like the challenge and they will have the passion to always help.
Yeah, and it's fair to say, to all of our CompNow customers watching this Infochino, that every time that we have escalated to the GTAC, and it's even gone to level 4 support, the support from Extreme has been beyond exceptional, and it's something that we'd love to talk to you about anytime soon with any of our CompNow sellers. Lastly, Damien, the last question I'm going to ask you, and you mentioned it before, the training methodology, both from a pre-sales perspective, skilling up our engineers and skilling up our solutions architects, has been unbelievable since the launch of the Dojo program a number of years ago. Where do you see that evolution of training heading with Extreme?
And that's a great question, because at the time where the way we work has changed, the hybrids, the working from home, the coming back to the office, at a time where it's quite difficult to get talent or to keep the staff, training has never been so important. So we are doubling down in our investment of training, right? We are doing more video. We are moving into gamification, especially for our sales content, because training should be fun, right? If you fully engage in the content, if you interact with your content, you will learn without forcing yourself, without feeling, oh my God, I have to do it. So we're really moving our content toward a gamification scheme. So you can compare your skill with other people within the company. With your salespeople will be comparing themselves, see their point with the best salespeople, with the most skills, right? Compare yourself in Australia. So there is a gamification aspect, but then for engineers, for post-sales, a game is one element, but you want key knowledge, yeah? And again, we're doubling down in the content translated for all across APAC, and making sure that no matter if you're a school or if you're a factory, that for your own engineers as well, you get access to some content that makes sense for you and for your engineers. So that is a key element where we believe today, and I would be interested to hear your own experience, right? You're one of our top certified partners. We believe this is a key differentiator for Extreme because your experience during this training will actually identify if you will want to work with us or not.
Absolutely, Damien. And I'm pleased to say that we have 19 champions, and I think we've got 4 or 5 masters, and that's only going to continue to grow. So, for any of our CompNow customers watching this Infochino today, please reach out to sales@compnow.com.au or speak to your local CompNow BDM and come and talk to us about Extreme Networks and how we can really revolutionise everything that you're doing with all of your networking appliances. Thank you and have a great day. Damien, absolute pleasure.
Thank you.